I am working on my biggest ever music project this year. Here's what I've done so far. For those of you who are interested in the spreadsheetness of it all, which I know you're out there, I know my people are out there. So here are the documents that I've created to keep this whole thing planned and organised so far. I've got one Word document and one Excel document, both completely dedicated to this project. In the Word document, I've got the name of the project, the inspiration behind it. By the way, I'm gonna warn you now, I'm a small artist, but I've created like an entire universe for this project, all the way through to like a dedicated website page, merch ideas, literally everything. I'm thinking big. I'm excited. So I've also got the inspiration behind the visuals for the project, and that will go into the artwork, the merch, the videos. I've written a little paragraph about the overall concept because the idea is that this is going to tell a story from start to finish. I don't want to call it an EP or an LP because the project itself is much bigger than that. It's going to encompass more than just music, but obviously it will have music. I'm a musician. Then I've got a list of the tracks that I want to include, some of which aren't written yet, aren't produced yet, they're just ideas. Because like I say, I'm trying to create a storyline. I want it to be cohesive from start to finish. I want it to make sense. So some of these songs already exist, some of them don't. And for each track that I've listed, I've written out the concept for the music video, for short form content that could come from that and outside of that, and kind of how it contributes to the story overall. So I've done that for each song. Then I've got a section for video content, just kind of outlining how I want to go about creating video content for this whole project and how I would want it to roll out, ideally. I've got a whole section for social media content, again, how I would want to capture it, how I would want to roll it out, how it would serve the overall project. I've got a section for merch content, so that includes ideas for merch itself, what kind of content I could create around the merch, people that I could collaborate with. I've got a section for live shows, and I would want the live show for this project to be as theatrical and performative as the project itself. Like I say, I'm creating a universe here, people. That's the goal anyway. And then I've started on a section for album art, and that's going to be more than just the thumbnails for each song. I want there to be quite a lot of visual art around the project. And if this seems like a lot, I know this is a lot, but all I started with for this document was I sat down and I started really fast typing out buzzwords that came to mind when I was thinking about this project, thinking about this universe, because it's been on my mind for a while. It's been sat in my brain. So I just needed to get all of the buzzwords out onto paper. And it included, for a little sneak peek, it included things like, so buzzwords for the sound, eerie pop, dark pop, acoustic elements, strings, and a few others. And then just like a general list of buzzwords was like puppetry, controlled, strings, monsters, trapped, madness, uprising, whimsy, horror, and there's loads more on that list. But that's where I started, and then I kind of fleshed out all of these ideas. So that's the Word document. Now for the Excel document, which is also quite beefy.